Welcome back, guys, to Movie Mics from Broken the Built podcast. I hope you guys had a good week. I hope you're on your healing journey still and that things are looking up for you. I hope you have breakthroughs and that you see things that you didn't see before. And, I just hope that you're in a good place right now mentally. I hope you feel safe, and I hope you're prepared for what's next. Because what's next is a life full of bliss, a life full of challenges, and a life full of balance. Once you get past this healing stage, life will get a lot better. Your relationships will improve, your self-confidence will improve, and your overall outlook on life will improve. What does healing look like? And how do you know when you're healed? So I had never taken this journey before to heal, but I do know that I've been healing. I've been crying a lot lately. I've been reflecting on life, different memories that I, left behind. And I'm finally sitting with myself. And yes, I slip up sometimes. I regress into old character patterns and behaviors. And I think part of that is just not being fully healed. Once we are fully healed, we can sit in these insecurities and uncomfortableness, and we could really navigate pain a little bit better. So what does it look like? Well, I would say once you're healing, it looks like a lot of introspection. You're a lot of crying, a lot of making up things with people that you may have lost in the past. Not talking about like love life, but I'm talking about maybe relationships that you ruined because you weren't healed. So rekindling those old relationships, letting people know how much they impacted your life and how much they meant to you. Sitting with it and acknowledging that, yes, you had some broken patterns that pushed a lot of people away. And no, you didn't ruin it, because there's always another day, and you could always, ask for forgiveness, and you could try to move forward with time. But you should always try not to hurt people. That's the main thing. And the longer we go on this journey and heal, the better off we will become. So also healing, when you're healed, it's going to look like a lot less triggers. You're not going to, be taken out of your peace zone so easily. You're going to stand in your confidence and let things just bounce right off of you. When you're wearing God's armor, there's nothing you can't get through. Like you are really, obviously somebody could kill you, but mentally you are impenetrable, and you will get through any obstacle that is thrown at you. Just remember, God is on your side. And I'm on your side because I'm going through the same stuff right now. We're deep in the struggle, and why not just lean on each other right now and God? Men need to talk to other men. A lot of us keep shit built up inside until it just erupts like a volcano, and it'll appear to seem like we don't have our shit together, but it's just an accumulation of all this madness and chaos that is just spilling over, and you can only keep it together for so long before it starts to show. And getting back to your peace, protecting your peace, and just allowing yourself to go through this phase, no matter how uncomfortable it gets, is so rewarding. And up until this point, I was really full of doubt and insecurities. And so the woman that I've been trying to rekindle a relationship with, we keep getting triggered at each other, and we're not healed. Both of us are unhealed, and it keeps hurting us. And I feel so bad every time I hurt her, because it's coming from a place that, is just not even real right now. It's a place that I've built in my head to protect myself, and I don't want to keep going there. I want to be vulnerable. I want to be open. I want to be authentic, always keep it real, and I want to be gentle. I'm tired of hurting people. Like, I know I'm an intense guy, and I don't want to continue to hurt anybody. I want to be approachable. I want people to feel safe around me. And I also want people to, challenge me, because I'm not perfect. If I have character flaws and I don't see them, it's up to you to let me know. It's up to somebody to let me know. Because I am self-aware, but I can't see everything. Some things have to be brought to my attention. And I have no problem owning all these flaws. I know I am so deeply flawed. And I have so much growing to do. And I've done the growing over the last few years. It's not enough. It's just so much damage that has been done. And I'm thankful for where I'm at. I'm thankful that God put us both on this healing journey so that we could figure this out right now. Because what happens when success shows up later and you're unhealed? What does that look like to you? Can you even navigate success while having a broken soul? I don't believe you can. I believe you're going to continue to ruin every relationship and opportunity you have until you are feeling healed. And that's where we need to get to. This is probably going to be one of my last solo episodes. I'm going to start having guests on. I'm sure I'll do some solo ones later on, just because some stuff needs to be said just by me. And this is my podcast, so I do want to check in with you guys. I want to keep it real with you where I'm at in this journey. Today's a big day for me, and I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm a little scared. Today is my sister's funeral. She's been gone for almost 2 months now, and I have to say a few words to send her off, and it's weighing on me. It's not that I can't do it, it's just I don't have all of the words that I want to say to convey what she meant to me. And there just isn't enough words. But what I could do is, just let her know how much she meant to me through a few words. Let her know that I'm thankful for the memories, and I'm thankful for the strength she gave me. She didn't know she was giving me. I just watched people, and my sister was fearless in all aspects of life. She'll get up on stage and she'll sing and look everybody right in the fucking eyeballs and sing her heart out. And she's always been like that. And even when she was on her deathbed, I didn't see fear. I saw somebody who was just so strong. And, oh man, I'm so proud of her. And I want that for myself too. I know my whole family is strong because of all the shit we've been through. But my sister, man, the strength and courage that she displayed is outer worldly, I'm telling you. And there's nobody else that's going to be like her. Her laughter, just the way she made me feel and others, is deeply missed. I am thankful she's with God now. I do believe in God and she's in heaven. So we don't always have to be sad about, when her name comes up. It's just right now, there's a hole in me. And I really miss my sister. I wish that I was a better brother. I wish that, I would have done things sooner for her. We can't change any of this stuff. And they're not going to become regrets. They're just me speaking out loud right now. I am just incredibly thankful. Just that I got to meet her. I didn't get to grow up with her. We were in separate foster homes. but I got to see her sometimes, and I got to visit her, and we kept our love alive throughout the years. And a lot of things that I'm healing through are going to be thanks to my sisters. And I say sisters because that comes as a pair. My sisters are inseparable. Even after my sister's death, my two sisters are inseparable. And that is a bond that I've always wanted. And I'm so thankful that they had each other. Even through all the abuse and the things that they went through in the foster home, they stuck by each other's side. And my sisters would call each other every day and talk about their day with each other. And like, there was just never a day that went by that they didn't check in with each other. And I wish I was like that. I wish I, reached out to people more. I'm just now getting to the point where I want to open up to people. But I've had a calcified heart for so long. And I'm going to say her name because she deserves to be mentioned. Becca Myers, you've changed me so much since I met you. I am so thankful for all the lessons I've learned. The ways you've pushed me closer to God. Not even intentionally, just by leading by example. I see you. And I have so much respect for you. And I am healing so I can be better for you and myself and others. And just know that you never wasted words with me. I hear everything you say, no matter how stubborn I am. And I just want to do better. I want to make you and God proud. I want to make my kids proud. And I just want to do better in this life. And I will do better. I don't need to prove it for anybody, but these are the people that matter to me. And as long as they see my progress, that's all that matters. And I know God's always in the room with me, and he sees these moments where I'm crying alone, and he definitely feels bad. I know he feels bad. He doesn't want us to go through this pain. But sometimes we are meant to go through pain. Pain is part of the lesson. And if you don't go through these lessons, you'll never grow. And if you never grow, you're just going to keep hurting people and fucking up all your relationships. So, take it among yourself. Don't wait for anybody. Take it in your own hands and start this healing journey. And if you're unsure about it, seek help. First of all, get a relationship with God. Let him know all your problems first. And then you go down the chain from there. You tell your mom. You tell your significant other. You tell your therapist, your best friend. And if you're really open, you'll tell your kids what's going on with you. Because you can't lie to your kids. They see when you're crying. They see when you're just sitting there idle for hours. They know what's up. So keep it real with your kids too. I tell my kids everything. They need to know that they're not going to be entitled. They're going to have to work very hard for what they want. They should know that they're always going to be loved. And I'm always going to have their back. But having their back is going to look different right now than it does, or in the future than it does right now. In the future, when they're all grown and outside of the nest, I'm going to have to let them fail sometimes. I can't always bail them out. And yeah, my kids, believe it or not, are on their own healing journey right now because I fucked them up. I left the family and they became very confused. They thought they lost their dad. And now it's up to me to make them feel safe again. And I will continue to do that. I just got a job. I was unemployed for a couple weeks. And I got a job at Advanced Auto Parts. And now I'm going to be slinging parts, learning the automotive industry. and hopefully just earning more skills that make me more valuable in the future. I want to be able to, work on my car and have one less expense when things happen. And I just want to become more valuable. We should always strive to become more valuable because life is just so uncertain, and in a very instant you could lose it all. So if you have skills, if you have value, you'll always have a job. You'll always have money. So just keep striving to learn new skills. And once you obtain these skills, you need to work on mastering them. Master your skills, and then you create leverage. You create leverage in your industry or whatever job that you're in so that you could earn more money. And money, what's money? Money is freedom of time. And that's what we're all working towards. If we could allow ourselves more time for the things we love doing, our hobbies, going out, socializing with friends, getting closer to God, getting closer to our kids, all these things that take a back seat, not intentionally, but because we're so checked out of reality and we have so much going on that we can't take a minute sometimes. And it's not to say that we're not there for these people. It's just saying that we're not fully at our full potential of what we could offer them if we were healed. So, talking about healing some more. Okay, we've talked about how you need to cry, you need to sit with yourself. Okay, you need to open up to people. You need to try to fix your relationships of the past. Okay, and this is huge. This is so big. Self-care. You need to start taking care of yourself. And I'm not just talking about the stuff you do every day. I'm talking about the things that you put off because you don't think you have time. Make your bed when you get up. Get up, make your bed. Take time to shave. Take time to wash your face. Wash your fucking balls. Just do everything that you need to do to feel like you love yourself. Because you do love yourself. Clip your nails. Clean out your car. If your car is a disaster, maybe the inside of your mind is a disaster. Take time for self-care. And it's not just about hygiene. It's about showing up for yourself so that you could feel like you're whole again. Go to the gym. Go for a walk. Eat healthy. Pray to God. Take showers. Take naps. Speak to family and friends. Respect your boundaries. Respect yourself. Set clear boundaries with people. Don't be afraid to say no to people. And ultimately, just try to find yourself again. And the more you continue to show up for yourself, the more you will find yourself and you'll find your purpose. And sometimes finding your purpose means just taking action, moving forward. Okay, move in some direction and great things will happen, just as long as you're in motion. It's the people...
I can help you with directions. Where would you like to go? I can also provide directions from a specific starting point, if you let me know.
All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. My phone decided to listen to this podcast and cut in on my conversation. So please try to ignore that, and let's talk about where we were. Just continue to show up for yourself. Don't forget that healing doesn't happen overnight. It took a long time for this damage to occur to you. So take your time healing. Don't get impatient. Go out. Do things you enjoy again. Like don't be reckless, okay? Don't go drinking and doing drugs and stuff. That is part of the old life that caused you to become broken. So just make the right decisions when you do decide to go out and put yourself out there again. Don't rush into a relationship, because if you're still unhealed, it's not going to work out. It's going to be the wrong timing, and it's just going to break your heart. So take this time right now to really sit with yourself. As the emotions arise, just like let them enter your space, acknowledge them, and see how you could let them go. Okay? Because you could let go of anything that comes up. I read my sister Christina's eulogy to my sister who died, and it shattered my heart. I was crying and I felt like my heart was going to break. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And I was fine shortly after that. You know what that was? That was healing. I was healing. Don't be afraid to just let the healing happen. And what I mean by that is this healing will happen whenever it wants to. Okay? You might be at work dealing with a customer, and those tears might come down your face. Think about what's going on inside your brain. Accept it. Sit with it for a little bit. And then let it go. I'm not going to hold on to the fact that, my sister died forever. Yes, she died. And no matter how much I live in the past, it's not going to bring her back. The things that are going to keep her alive are her music, my special memories with her, and all the loved ones' special memories with her. She might not even have anything of the material world left here. And that doesn't even matter. What matters is her energy is still here. And she is still around me. I can feel my sister still. And that's a beautiful thing. You don't ever have to let anyone go. But what you can do is allow yourself to heal from that. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to stay broken and sad over my sister for the next 10 years. I did my grieving. I've wrote letters. I've done the healing. I am healing. And today I'm going to give her her flowers. And I'm going to let this happen. I'm going to let this go. I'm not letting my sister go. I'm just letting go of the idea that she's dead and she's not coming back. And with that being said, I have more family to lean on. And let this bring me and my other sister closer. Let me be who Tara was for her. I know I can never replace my sister, Tara, but I could at least behave in the same patterns that allowed my sister to feel safe. And I want that so bad. I spent so many years just being selfish, thinking about myself, putting my needs before everybody else. Let's just face it, I was a little boy for a very long time. And I began to mature in other ways, but I wasn't fully grown until I started this healing journey. Until I sat with myself and I realized how broken I am and how I messed up so many relationships and how I will continue to mess these relationships up until I do something about it. So here we are. We're deep in this healing journey. I'm still single. I appreciate everything that has happened for me, all the lessons that I've learned, and I embrace change. I'm thankful for anything that comes my way, and I know that I don't own anything in this lifetime. It's all temporary, and it's all going to go away, and eventually it'll turn to ash, and it will return back to the earth. And that's the cycle of life. The more we could just get past that and accept things for what they are and know that we are mortal and we will die, we could begin to live. Once you realize you are going to die and you have a relationship with God and you know you're going to get into heaven based on your integrity, you don't have to really suffer anymore. You could just begin to live your life. And right now, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not fully healed and I'm not fully, involved with God yet. I'm learning this relationship and I'm learning patience with Him. Sometimes I seek answers and questions that don't have an available date, because we can't see when He begins to go to work for us. We just have to trust through faith that He is going to work for us, and He feels the pain that we feel, and He wants to help us. He doesn't want to give us everything. He wants us to, still think for ourselves, but He wants to put us on a path at least so that we could follow our heart and at least begin to heal. I've been taking a break from a lot of things lately, like my hobbies. I put off finishing projects. I've recently caught up with them. I'm pretty much caught up now, but I stopped everything and I took a couple weeks off, and it's been so transformative. I've been able to get things done for myself, like go to the doctors. I've been going to appointments, getting stuff done. And that feels good because it felt like we couldn't do any of that stuff before. The next step I want to do is to get a therapist. I want to start talking to a counselor and work through these problems. And I'm thankful that I have these resources. My doctor gave me somebody that they go through. And, I'm going to take the next step. That's ultimately what I need to do. I need to stop making other people responsible for my healing and give it to somebody who is a professional. I mean, besides God. God is responsible for my healing. But I'm going to help myself by seeking the services that I need. And I should have done this a long time ago. Things are going to look up. I'm a very optimistic person by nature. I bounce back very easy. When things happen to me, I get a little dramatic about it, and it feels like the world is ending, but it's really not. Things are just happening. And the more I can let go and just go with the flow and allow things to unfold as they will, the more peace I will get out of this whole thing. And I want to keep my peace. I want to maintain my peace. When I lose my peace, I lose a part of myself. When I lose my peace, I destroy relationships. It's up to me to work on myself so that nobody could trigger me and bring me out of my peace. And it's up to you to do the same. Just checking in with my lady. She's just worried about me because I didn't reach out. Just guys, always reassure your woman. I know she's not my woman right now, but I love her. Always reassure your woman whenever she's has doubts and insecurities. It's up to us to lead as men and make sure that they feel safe. And if we're not doing that, then somebody else will. So always show up for your woman. Let them know that you're on their side. Let them know that, you have their back no matter what happens. And God has their back. Let them know all the resources they have. And also, if they're hard on themselves, just be there for them. You don't have to try to fix them or anything like that. Just sit with them, acknowledge their feelings, and just let them know you love them. We're all hard on ourselves sometimes, especially when it comes to hurting others. At least me, by the way, I tend to get very hard on myself if I let somebody down. And sometimes I stay in those feelings for a long time until I can clear my name. Clear my name has always been a big concern for me in life. I know I've really cared about my name for too long, and how I mentioned earlier, we're going to lose all this stuff. It's going to turn to dust. Guess what? My reputation and my name is going to turn to dust. So I can't control the way others feel about me. I can't control the lies that come out of people's mouths about me. The only thing I can do is to continue to show up for myself and keep my peace. It's really all there is to it. We're not going to be perfect. We don't have to be perfect. But what we have to do is keep trying. And it's only then that you realize who you are, because you build character through these tough times. And when you build character, it affects everything. Your relationships will improve. Your self-esteem will improve. You'll attract new things into your life just by focusing on doing what's right. Rewiring your brain so that you don't have defeating thoughts. Get rid of those negative thoughts, people. Should start the day with something positive. Not like, I got to do this again. I got to go to work again. Got to get out of bed and go to work. Like, that's an everyday thing. That's going to always exist until you become, you're that billionaire that you're striving for. So the first thing you should do when you wake up is, say, I'm thankful for waking up today. Thank you, God. What would you like me to do today? Put that question out there. Make your bed afterwards. Brush your teeth, wash your ass, do all that stuff. Just operate out of a place of gratitude. When you have gratitude, things begin to happen for you, I promise you. I've expressed gratitude this last week, and I already have 2 jobs lined up. I showed up fully confident in my interviews, and they both hired me on the spot. I'm thankful for that. If I didn't do the work and I allowed all of this situations to consume me, they would have saw that I was insecure. They would have saw that I was incompetent. But no, I'm good. I'm rock steady. I have my days. I have my nights. I try to do what's right, and I just get back to being myself. Forgive yourself, forgive others, love yourself, love others. Put God first, and then put yourself after that. Don't be selfish. Help others. Be selfless. Don't do things because you think there's a reward. Do it because you really wanted to help that person. Don't hold things above people's heads if you help them. Just know that you are helping from a place of love, not manipulation. And when you get to where you're going, it is absolutely detrimental that you pull people up. Because you learned all these lessons in wisdom, and they put you in position. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I have an obligation to share that with people the more I learn. It is up to us to teach people. And that's what I want to do with this podcast. I might not always have the right words for people, but you know what? I have 2 great things that work. Those are my ears. And I can listen actively, and I can just be there for somebody. And I don't always have to have an answer. Sometimes people just need to be heard, and that's all. So if you want to come on this podcast and you're a guy who's going through a healing process and you have some stuff to talk about, maybe you have unclear answers, come on the podcast. Let's have a conversation. By the way, there's no pressure. I'm not going to do video of the podcast. We're just going to sit in my van and we're just going to talk. We could put on some AC. If you smoke that reefer, you could do that. Don't do any drugs in my van. I don't want any alcohol. We want to have good vibes. Just show up. Let's heal. Let's heal together, guys. One step at a time. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go from broken to built. Just like that. One podcast at a time. One healing day at a time. Love yourself. Love others. Show up for yourself. Show up for God. And continue to put skin in the game. It's not over. It's not all lost. It just began. And you're here. You are loved. You are enough. Now go out there and heal, people. I'm going to end this early because it doesn't always need to be an hour long. This has been a great podcast. You are listening to Movie Mics from Built to Broken. I'm sorry, that was wrong. You are listening to Movie Mics from Broken to Built podcast. I knew that sounded wrong when it came out. But heck, I own the mistakes. I'm going to keep that in there just to show you how real I am. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay cool out there. It's supposed to be pretty humid. And if you need anybody to talk to, men-wise, just reach out. I got a good circle of guys. And I might have some resources for you. Just continue to show up for yourself and do your best. All right, guys. Have a good day.